Hey Virgo, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit. I'm going to do categories this month, but I'll also read the cards together too as the issue or messages come up. So we're going to jump right in for the work category. We have the Four of Swords. You need a break, and the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of competition going on at work. Maybe there's some transitions happening, and there's a lot of sort of competing and try different opinions, people trying to get their way or make their point, and it's just maybe a little bit exhausting this month. And this is just saying to take a break, like maybe try to take some time around Thanksgiving, or if you can't take it around the holidays, maybe try to take it now, or at some point take some time off and just let yourself rest and heal, and just be away from some of the challenging energies going on this month in your place of employment, and give yourself a break. If you've been stressing out or worrying about something at work, this is just telling you it's okay. Just try to let it go and give yourself some time and some space, and try to take a break from worrying about things that probably are more likely than not out of your control. In the home environment, we have the Hierophant. I say that differently every time I read that card. And the Four of Cups. So I feel like the Four of Cups, I feel, is your work is spilling over into your home, and you're just sort of, you're emotionally sort of exhausted, and you're having, a little bit depressed. You're just sort of just having a hard time because there's so much stress at work at the moment that you're having maybe a little bit of trouble seeing the good things that are going on in your life because you're just maybe so emotionally exhausted. And the Hierophant reminds us that we often can find spiritual guidance in unusual places. I mean, in this card, there are children in this card. So your children, your child, if you have children, may say something, or you may be around other people's children that says something that's just so like, oh my God, aha, and it just sort of clicks to you. Or maybe someone you're standing next to in the grocery line sort of just makes this seemingly random comment that just sort of hits you and strikes you, and you're like, oh my God, and sort of just changes how you've been looking at things. And this shows a spiritual leader, but spiritual guidance can come through in all sorts of ways. So I have a much broader interpretation of this card. And so look for signs, ask for signs, look for ways to boost your spirit, actively look for ways to boost your spirit at home to try to help get you out of this funk you're in. In the relationships, we have the Six of Swords. So traveling away from bad emotional situations, thinking about things in a different way. And then King of Swords. So very logical, analytical, air energy in your relationships. So now I'm rethinking that this four is maybe at home is also and more likely related to your relationships. So there's a little bit of stress going on at work and at home. But you are, for an earth sign, you're really up in your head and making some very practical, well, you're practical being an earth sign, but making some very smart, leading with your head choices about how things are going. And you're going to make some changes. If emotionally work is stressing you out, or you're unhappy in your relationship, the Six of Swords, this boat goes over water, and so water is emotion. So it's moving actively, thoughtfully not out of like an emotional freak out, but thinking, you know what, this isn't good for me anymore. And I am going to remove myself from this negative emotional situation. And I'm being very, very practical and logical about this. It's not working. I'm moving. I'm moving on. I'm moving away. I'm moving toward calmer waters. And so it's going to be important for you to tap into this King of Swords energy this month and just make lists, be very logical, try to take your emotion out of the situation and make some very logical, practical decisions to relieve some of these areas of stress. And, you know, you might get the aha moment from an external source and one maybe you didn't really think would ever help you sort of come up with a solution or be the catalyst to finally make you go, oh my God, I'm getting the hell out of this situation. This is ridiculous. What the hell am I doing here? Why am I dealing with this? Life is too short. In the challenges position, oh, the Queen of Swords. Okay. And the Lovers. So making a choice with your head. This is going to be hard for you. Again, you're a very practical sign, but you're a very nurturing sign, and it may feel a little cold or just out of sorts for you to make this decision. But you can see here, it's like making decision towards this group or family. So I would almost say this is like your inner child, like your spirit. And this is, a group over here. And so it's interesting because the home over here, is like up on this hill and it's bright and they're going like into this darkness over here. So you don't like where some situation is headed. And even if it started out bright, there is an obvious choice here, I think, once you kind of have your aha moment about which direction to choose. And the Lovers, it's about marrying the head and heart and making a decision that honors your commitments that you've made. But if your commitment that you've made, whether it's to work or another person, is not healthy and is going into a dark place, it may be time to reassess that choice and make some changes and call up your inner. Now we have the Queen of Swords, really making logical decisions to deal with any areas in your life that are not working for you this month. Some overall outcome cards, the High Priestess, listening to your intuition, your gut. Something's not right here. This isn't working for me anymore. Finding out, uncovering secrets. And the Two of Pentacles is you're juggling a lot. It's interesting though, in this deck, she's like walking by these people. I sort of like view them as these people over here that you're walking away from. And so you're still maybe have to deal with some people that you had to stand up to, which can be uncomfortable. Because she looks like a little apprehensive walking. They don't seem it, but she seems a little apprehensive. So really listen to your gut. And if you're in situations where you're feeling uncomfortable, listen to that and take steps to make changes accordingly. Let's look at the bottom. Here we have double Four of Cups now. We have the Four of Cups in the other deck. So there's just like this discontent that you got to deal with this month. And the Ten of Pentacles. So this to me is family. So make the choice that makes your home life better. Definitely, there's a choice to be made, and that this is clearly the brighter, more important choice than following, this path into the darkness when you already know you have a beautiful, happy life here. If you're single, I mean, it just means, doing something that fulfills your soul than following, something that's not feeling right. Your intuition is Like something's wrong here. And that's why I have these Four of Cups. I'm feeling uneasy. I'm not feeling good about things. So make your choices, this lover making this choice, that honors building strong foundations spiritually, home, relationship wise, work wise, making sure that that's all, that you're honoring those and not honoring this, or situations that are just not fulfilling you emotionally. So I'm going to pull a power thought card from Louise Hay. This fell out. I accept my uniqueness. There is no competition and no comparison. Competition. For we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful, and I love myself. If everyone else is happy, like maybe you work where like it's just a competitive atmosphere, like it's sales or something, and maybe lots of other people thrive in that. It doesn't mean you have to thrive in that. It may be upsetting instead of motivating. But there's definitely going to be an aha moment and a spiritual awakening that is going to, you're just going to become very logical and saying, I'm removing myself from this situation because something is not right. And I know it in my gut. And I'm going to honor and follow my intuition and then make a very logical, practical decision to move on in a different way. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching.